Golden Gate Bridge, * location and geography of the Golden Gate Bridge. Geographic position. The Golden Gate Bridge is located in San Francisco, California, USA, crossing the Golden Gate Strait, the natural, narrow entrance between the Pacific Ocean and the San Francisco Bay. Coordinates: approximately 374,911 n. 1,222,843 W. Connection points. South end, anchored in the Presidio of San Francisco, a historic military base and now part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. North end extends into Marin County, touching the scenic Marin headlands. Golden Gate Strait details: length, about 3 miles 4.8 kilometers long. Width, roughly 1 mile 1.6 kilometers wide at its narrowest point where the bridge spans. Depth, over 370 feet 113 meters deep in some sections. Known for strong tidal currents and frequent fog. Surrounding natural features: Pacific Ocean to the west, San Francisco Bay to the east. Alcatraz Island is visible southeast of the bridge. Angel Island lies northeast within the bay. Mount Tamalpais rises in Marin County to the north, providing a scenic backdrop. Climate and weather impact. The location is famous for dense fog, created when cool ocean air meets the warm bay air. The bridge often appears partially hidden or dramatically emerging from the mist. Strong winds and salty sea air contribute to weathering and require continuous maintenance. Accessibility and surroundings. The bridge is part of US Route 101 and California State Route 1, making it a vital connection between San Francisco and Northern California. Nearby parks and viewpoints include Crissy Field, Baker Beach, Fort Point South Side, and Battery Spencer, Marin Headlands, North Side. Historical background of the Golden Gate Bridge, the idea and early proposals. Late 19th, early 20th century, as San Francisco grew rapidly in the late 1800s, the city remained relatively isolated, with ferries as the only means of crossing the Golden Gate Strait. By the 1920s, with increasing automobile traffic, a permanent crossing became a necessity. Many considered the strait impossible to bridge due to strong tides, deep waters, frequent fog, and high winds. Joseph Strauss, chief engineer in 1919, engineer Joseph B. Strauss proposed building a bridge across the strait. Initially, his design was a cantilever suspension hybrid, but it faced criticism for being bulky and unattractive. Over time, Strauss adapted his plans with input from other experts. Contributions of key figures: Charles Alton Ellis, chief engineer responsible for complex structural calculations. Leon Moissif provided crucial suspension bridge design ideas. Irving Morrow, consulting architect, introduced the Art Deco styling and chose the international orange color for visibility and aesthetics. Overcoming opposition, the project faced strong resistance from ferry operators, military officials, and financial skeptics. Military authorities feared the bridge might block naval access or be a potential target in wartime. Local residents worried about costs and practicality. Financing the project, the bridge's construction cost was about $35 million, around $700 plus million today. During the Great Depression, funding was secured through a bond measure underwritten by Bank of America, which took a major financial risk. Construction period 1933-1937 began January 5, 1933. Workers endured treacherous conditions, strong winds, fog, and heights above icy waters. Safety measures: Chief Engineer Strauss implemented a safety net under the bridge, saving the lives of 19 men, later called the Halfway to Hell Club. Despite precautions, 11 workers lost their lives during construction, completion and opening. Finished in April 1937, ahead of schedule and under budget. Opening ceremony, May 27, 1937, a pedestrian day, when over 200,000 people walked across the bridge before it opened to vehicles. Officially opened to traffic on May 28, 1937. Global recognition at its completion. It was the longest suspension bridge in the world, 4,200 feet main span. Immediately hailed as a 20th century engineering marvel and a symbol of American progress during the Depression era. Transformations over time, 1937, grand opening, when it opened. The Golden Gate Bridge was the longest and tallest suspension bridge in the world. It immediately became an international symbol of modern engineering. 1940s wartime concerns. During World War II, the bridge was considered a strategic target. The US military installed anti-aircraft guns and took precautions to protect the structure. Despite fears, it survived the war without incident. 1950s, 1960s, rise in traffic. Rapid growth of San Francisco and surrounding suburbs led to a dramatic increase in vehicle traffic. The bridge transitioned from a local crossing to a critical transportation artery for commuters and trade. 1970s recognition and preservation. The Golden Gate Bridge gained status as an iconic landmark and was celebrated for its design. It was declared a California Historical Landmark and later added to the National Register of Historic Places, 1981. 1987, 50th anniversary celebration. On May 24, 1987, nearly 300,000 pedestrians crowded onto the bridge during its 50th anniversary. The massive weight caused the bridge's roadway to temporarily flatten out in the center, though it remained safe. This event emphasized the need for stricter crowd control in future celebrations. 1990s, seismic safety efforts begin. Located near the San Andreas Fault, the bridge faces risks from earthquakes. After the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake, engineers accelerated plans for seismic retrofitting to protect the structure against quakes as strong as magnitude 8. Upgrades have continued into the 21st century. 2000s technology and tolling updates. The bridge adopted electronic toll collection FOSTRAC to replace manual booths. Southbound towards San Francisco became cashless in 2013, reducing traffic delays. 2010s suicide prevention measures. Unfortunately, the bridge became a known spot for suicides. In 2018, construction began on a suicide deterrent system, a stainless steel safety net extending 20 feet, 6 meters, out from the sides. The project aims to save lives while maintaining the bridge's historic character. Present day, a living landmark. Today, the bridge carries over 100,000 vehicles daily, along with thousands of cyclists and pedestrians. It remains a vital link between San Francisco and Northern California. It is maintained through constant painting, steel reinforcement, and seismic upgrades to withstand future generations. Architecture and design of the Golden Gate Bridge, type of bridge, a suspension bridge, chosen for its ability to span long distances and flex with winds and earthquakes. At its completion in 1937, it held the record for the longest suspension, spanning the world 4,200 feet, 1,280 meters. Overall dimensions, total length, 8,981 feet, 2,737 meters, nearly 1.7 miles. Main span between towers, 4,200 feet, 1,280 meters. Towers, 746 feet, 227 meters tall, about the height of a 65-story building. Clearance, above water, 220 feet 67 meters, allowing large ships to pass underneath. Roadway width, 90 feet 27 meters, carrying 6 traffic lanes and sidewalks. Cables, 2 massive main cables, each 36 inches 0.91 meters in diameter, support the roadway. Each cable is made of 27,572 individual steel wires, stretching over 80,000 miles if placed end to end, anchored in huge concrete blocks at both ends of the bridge. Material and engineering, constructed using steel shipped from across the U.S. During the Great Depression, the design allows flexibility, enabling the bridge to sway up to 27 feet 8 meters sideways in strong winds or seismic activity. Art Deco design influence. Architect Irving Morrow integrated Art Deco styling into the towers, railings, and lighting. Vertical ribbing on the towers enhances their height and elegance. Color choice. International orange, chosen by Morrow for visibility in San Francisco's frequent fog. The warm, bold tone contrasts with the blue waters and sky, enhancing both beauty and safety. Originally, the U.S. Navy suggested painting it black with yellow stripes for visibility to ships. Luckily, this was rejected. Lighting and aesthetics. The bridge is illuminated at night with carefully placed lights highlighting its towers and cables. This creates a dramatic presence both day and night. Roadway and sidewalks. 6 lanes for vehicles, with movable barriers allowing reversible lanes for traffic flow. East sidewalk, for pedestrians and cyclists, depending on time of day. West sidewalk, generally for cyclists only. Notable features of the Golden Gate Bridge. World record at completion, when opened in 1937. It was the longest suspension bridge span in the world, 4,200 feet, 1,280 meters. Also, the tallest bridge towers at the time, 746 feet, 227 meters. International orange color. Its unique paint color makes it highly visible in fog and enhances its beauty. The bridge's color has become a trademark symbol of San Francisco. Fog and weather drama, frequently shrouded in fog, giving it a mystical, floating appearance. Photographers often capture the towers peeking above the mist, making it one of the most photographed bridges in the world. Traffic and usage carries over 100,000 vehicles daily, plus thousands of pedestrians and cyclists, an essential link between San Francisco and Marin County, serving as part of U.S. Route 101 and California State Route 1. Engineering feats designed to withstand strong winds, powerful tides, and earthquakes. Can sway up to 27 feet 8 meters sideways in extreme conditions. Cultural recognition, named one of the 7 wonders of the modern world by the American Society of Civil Engineers, ASCE, in 1994. Listed as a California historical landmark and on the National Register of Historic Places. Filming and pop culture, featured in hundreds of films, TV shows, and video games, for example. Superman, Star Trek, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. A global icon representing San Francisco, California, and the USA tourism hotspot. Millions of visitors each year walk or cycle across the bridge. Popular viewpoints include Fort Point, Crissy Field, Baker Beach, Battery Spencer, and the Marin Headlands. Lighting and night views, stunningly lit at night, with the towers glowing against the bay and city lights. Special lighting displays occur on significant occasions. Cultural and symbolic significance of the Golden Gate Bridge, symbol of San Francisco and California, instantly recognizable worldwide. The Golden Gate Bridge is the defining symbol of San Francisco, represents the spirit of California innovation, beauty, and a gateway to new opportunities. Gateway to the Pacific. The bridge stands at the entrance to San Francisco Bay, serving as a literal and symbolic gateway between the Pacific Ocean and the heart of California. American dream and resilience. Built during the Great Depression, it symbolizes human perseverance, determination, and optimism in hard times, seen as proof that impossible dreams can be achieved with courage and creativity. Artistic and cultural. Inspiration. The bridge has inspired artists, photographers, filmmakers, musicians, and writers for decades. Frequently featured in movies, books, songs, and artwork as a backdrop of beauty and drama. Global icon, along with the Eiffel Tower, Paris, Statue of Liberty, New York, and Big Ben, London. It ranks among the most famous landmarks on Earth. A symbol of modern engineering and human achievement. Pop culture appearances, featured in blockbuster films such as Vertigo, 1958, Superman, 1978, The Rock, 1996, and Rise of the Planet of the Apes, 2011. Frequently depicted in video games, commercials, and TV series to instantly set the scene in San Francisco. Tourist attraction. Millions of visitors walk, cycle, or drive across it every year. For many, crossing the Golden Gate is a bucket list experience, symbolizing arrival in San Francisco. Spiritual and emotional symbolism. Its graceful design, emerging from the fog, has made it a metaphor for hope, mystery, and the crossing of boundaries, whether physical, emotional, or cultural. Visitor information for the Golden Gate Bridge. Access and transportation. The bridge is part of US Route 101 and California's State Route 1, linking San Francisco south to Marin County north. Open to vehicles, cyclists, and pedestrians with time restrictions for each. Parking, limited on both ends. Golden Gate Welcome Center on the South Vista Point on the north. Public transport and shuttles are recommended. Tolls. Southbound toward San Francisco, toll required. Collected electronically, no cash booths since 2013. Northbound toward Marin County, free. Payment methods, FasTrak, pay by plate, or one-time online payment. Pedestrian and bicycle. Access, East Sidewalk. Open for pedestrians and cyclists, specific hours apply. West Sidewalk, primarily for cyclists during designated times. Walking the bridge, about 1.7 miles/2.7 kilometers. One way takes 30 to 45 minutes. Golden Gate Bridge, Welcome Center South Side, offers exhibits, souvenirs, and educational displays about the bridge's history. Features the famous Test Tower, a 12-foot section of the original bridge used to demonstrate cable strength. Best viewing points: South End, San Francisco, Fort Point National Historic Site under the bridge, dramatic view of towers, Crissy Field and Marina Green. Panoramic bay views with the bridge in the distance. Baker Beach, famous for sunset views with the bridge. North End, Marin County, Vista Point overlook classic postcard view. Battery Spencer, iconic elevated lookout, great for photos. Marin Headlands, sweeping views of bridge, bay, and city skyline. Tours and activities, walking and biking tours across the bridge. Boat tours in San Francisco Bay, sailing under the bridge for unique views. Helicopter tours offer aerial perspectives. Visitor tips, best times, early morning or late afternoon, for fewer crowds and stunning light. Dress warmly, San Francisco's coastal climate brings wind, fog, and chilly air, even in summer. Parking is limited, so consider public transport, ride shares, or biking. Modern challenges and preservation, seismic safety, earthquake risk. The bridge is located near the San Andreas Fault and Hayward Fault, both highly active. After the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake, engineers began a massive seismic retrofit program. Upgrades include strengthening towers, anchorage systems, and roadway structures to withstand quakes of up to magnitude 8.3. Work has been ongoing since the late 1990s and continues today to ensure long-term resilience. Traffic congestion. The bridge carries 100,000 vehicles daily, creating heavy traffic during rush hours. Solutions include electronic tolling, movable median barriers added in 2015 to prevent head-on collisions, and improved public transit alternatives. Suicide prevention. Sadly, the Golden Gate Bridge is one of the most common suicide sites in the world. In 2018, work began on a suicide deterrent net, a stainless steel mesh barrier extending 20 feet out and 20 feet below the bridge deck. Completion expected by 2025 to 2026, aimed at saving lives while maintaining the bridge's historic appearance. Environmental and maintenance challenges. Constant exposure to fog, salty ocean air, and strong winds accelerates rust and corrosion. Continuous painting and maintenance are required. Crews work year-round, and repainting is essentially a never-ending job. Original lead-based paint has been replaced with safer, durable coatings. Financial sustainability. Operated by the Golden Gate Bridge, Highway and Transportation District, which funds maintenance through tolls, transit services, and state support. Ongoing projects like seismic retrofits and safety nets cost hundreds of millions of dollars, balancing preservation and modern needs. The bridge must maintain its historic character and iconic look while adapting to modern engineering standards. Preservationists, engineers, and city officials collaborate to ensure changes, like safety nets or lighting upgrades, don't compromise its cultural identity. Asterisk. Summary table. Golden Gate Bridge feature details. Location: San Francisco, California, USA. Spans the Golden Gate Strait between San Francisco Peninsula and Marin County. Coordinates 37, 4911, N1 to 22843. W-type suspension. Bridge total length 8,981. FT 2,737 meters. About 1.7 miles. Main span 4,200 feet. 1,280 meters. Tower's height 746 feet, 227 meters. Above water clearance below 220 feet, 67 meters. Roadway width 90 feet, 27 meters. 6 lanes. Movable barrier system. Cables, 2 main cables, 36 in 0.91 meters diameter each. Made of 27,572 steel wires. Opened May 27 to 28, 1937. Construction period 1933 a 1937. Great Depression. Era Chief Engineer Joseph Strauss with Charles Ellis, Leon Moissif, Irving Morrow. Cost of construction $35 million, approximately equals $700 plus million today daily. Traffic 100,000 plus vehicles. Color orange for visibility in fog recognition. Declared one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. ASCE 1994. Ownership and operation. Golden Gate Bridge, Highway and Transportation District. Major challenges: earthquake safety, corrosion, traffic congestion, suicide prevention. Tourism 10+ million visitors annually. one of the most photographed bridges worldwide ending. Detailed note: the Golden Gate Bridge is far more than just steel, cables, and concrete. It is a symbol of vision, perseverance, and beauty. Born during the hardships of the Great Depression, it rose against doubt and adversity, proving that human imagination and determination could overcome even the fiercest natural challenges of wind, fog, and tides. Since its completion in 1937, the bridge has stood as a gateway to San Francisco and the wider Pacific world. Its elegant Art Deco towers, sweeping suspension cables, and bold international orange color make it not only an engineering triumph, but also a work of art admired worldwide. Over time, it has adapted to the demands of modern life, carrying more than 100,000 vehicles daily, undergoing seismic retrofitting for earthquake safety, and adding measures to preserve human life and protect its integrity. Its enduring strength lies in the delicate balance of functionality and symbolism, serving both as a vital transportation link and a beacon of inspiration. Culturally, the Golden Gate Bridge has become a global icon. It has appeared in countless films, paintings, books, and photographs, representing freedom, opportunity, and the spirit of discovery. For millions of travelers, standing before the bridge or crossing it is a profound experience, as if entering into a living legend. Even today, nearly a century after its opening, the Golden Gate Bridge remains one of the most admired and photographed structures in the world. It continues to embody the timeless values of hope, resilience, and innovation, securing its place not only as the pride of San Francisco, but as one of humanity's greatest achievements.